I just stun everyone. But in general, that hero struggles versus Ench, and he usually doesn't get a very good lane. So like Tiny will deal a lot of damage to him.
He struggles because what, the pure damage from impetus is too much, or?
Oh yeah, you just get chunked. Like you can't lane versus him. Like that's already a problem. Like you can't put the Tide versus Ench, so that feels bad.
Yeah, so like 50% of the reason why Tide gets picked is because of the Ravage, and the other 50 for the tankiness. But Enchantress just removes the tanky part of the Tide. So,
right.
Yeah.
And generally, whatever lane Tide goes into, like he starts with like 48 base damage or something. So it's just hard. It's just hard to do anything.
Yeah, and especially after the last game too, I was thinking if Liquid is going to repick these long ultimate cooldowns, because OG seems to be playing so fast. I guess like they like talked themselves over and kind of regrouped.
So you're saying that's a reason why the Enigma in the last game may not have been too great, because that black hole cooldown was a bit of a limiting factor for Liquid to be able to match that breakneck pace that OG were setting.
I don't know, normally like it would have been fine because OG had no tower hitter. They only had like heroes that could kill people, like Monkey King, Omni, Ember. They don't hit towers at all. So even if they group up, if Liquid doesn't react like 5 heroes, they're gonna lose out eventually, right?
Okay, I see.
Yeah,
I
think that game also just comes down to a lot like when you lose 3 lanes, it's just very hard to play.
Imagine that.
Yeah, exactly, and yeah, because they had counter like matchups. They see Omni-Knight, but they pick a Lifestealer, and like a hero
I saw a
doesn't.
TA, they pick an Ember, even though it didn't end up laning that way, but still, they thought that they had these counters in mind.
Yeah, and you end up losing 3 lanes. You have an Enigma Tide, and you like your first couple of ultimates don't like kill them all. You're just, it's just trouble for you, man. It's just gonna be hard. So I hope Liquid now, like they really try to counter lanes. Like the difference here with the OG Ench this game and like the first game is, like what Liquid used to counter Ench, it's all banned out. Like the Shen is gone, the Meepo is gone. So I mean, I'm hoping they have a
backup.
They have something.
For sure.
I'm sure they do too, because
I'm not sure. Like this Tide Hunter is very awkward. And we'll see.
yeah.
So then, why is Magnus continuing to be first phase banned then? Because like they haven't even, we saw Enchantress be exposed in game 1. You saw that you could beat it. You would know that OG would be like, all right, I'm going to ban out the Meepo and the Chen because that's what beat my Enchantress. Liquid are still not willing to give up that Magnus. Why is that?
I'm not. I guess like they have more strats in mind for this Ench.
Okay.
That's what I'm guessing. Because I have like my personal feeling is that they should be able to play against the Magnus.
Right.
OG Magnus is especially annoying too, because Seth plays it, not the position 4. Usually when there's a Magnus, you can like fast tempo and like have such a huge advantage from the early mid game, but since offlaner plays it from OG, like it's pretty hard to do that.
So like we're going to pick up an Ogre Magi. Technically another possible way to deal with Enchantress. You can give your team attack speed with the Bloodlust, and you have plenty of magic damage to try to burn through her HP pool, and since you don't have to deal with the Untouchable. And OG going to pick up a Faceless Void.
And a Grimstroke that's amazing against Tide. Like these,
No, this is very hard Tide game.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very hard Tide.
No, Ogre is one of the few heroes that can actually like solo versus Ench for a long time. Like especially if you you're really on point with last hits, like you can potentially win that lane. And even if you play it as a 5, like you're not really taking damage that much from her hitting you. So like you can sustain a long while. But eventually like you're gonna get kicked out. So like I'm just waiting for this magic pick here that they're been preparing for.
So you're definitely leaning heavily OG so far.
I mean, I want to see this because this is supposed to be Liquid's strongest pick right now. But yeah, I'm feeling like this Tide is very awkward. Like OG, they were very ready for this Tide Hunter. Yeah.
No real surprise here. Liquid go back to the Templar Assassin, and to be fair, the loss in the previous game was her first loss on the main stage.
Yeah.
So it's not like the hero is bad by any means, but Liquid are definitely kind of running the same playbook over and over again for Weehaw, which, you know, people had a lot of critiques for Epicenter. They just kept giving Weehaw win range, and you're like, what are you going to do about it? But they kept winning.
I mean, they didn't win the finals, though, did they?
That's true.
No.
This is the finals of TI also.
Yeah, because I wanted to say, like, I hope Liquid, like, really relax with this Templar Assassin now. Like, either pick it super late or don't pick it at all. Because a lot of... I'm guessing they're going to ban Monkey King now, so, like, they don't have to deal with that. But, because that hero, it's not the same hero. Like, before she used to win the lanes, and then, like, farming... Like, you're more okay with farming. If you lose the lane and then you go to farm jungle, like, versus a team like OG, that can be rough.
And it's not like Liquid have any particularly strong roamers to help her accelerate that lane that quickly. Ogre Magi most likely going to be played in a core role, and Rubik, you know, telekinesis cooldown is way too much to expect to get any ganks on the mid lane.
It should be a tied 3 and
Yeah, probably an Ogre 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, because I'm thinking OG will switch this Tiny to a 4 now. I don't think that's one of Tiny's probably worst matchups met TA. Like in how they how Thompson wants to play,
Right.
Because he wants to run in he just wants to run on the other side, and he's just running in traps.
What's a good Thompson hero other than Monkey King? Because for sure it has to be bad.
Yeah.
Maybe Pogna?
No, I'm curious to see it. I mean, he might just play the Tiny again. They did win that game before. No, I mean, actually they lost the game. They could have won that game, the first game,
Yeah,
where it was Tiny versus Temple.
I think like this Tiny Void combo, Tiny has to be played on like carry or mid.
Yeah, it does help a lot.
Yeah. Because like the Aghanim Daedalus is so great game breaking. It can't be played on offlane.
Even Liquid are baffled, burning a lot of their reserve time for this final ban. They really want to protect this Templar Assassin.
I really want to see what Liquid are thinking too.
I think they're talking about like if the monkey is worth banning or not.
Yeah.
Because Tiny offlane or Enchantress offlane, I think they're saying they can deal with it.
Bruh. Okay, they finally got the Monkey King. A lot of deliberation for that one. Now they got 30 seconds to pick a Juggernaut.
Okay. It's all right. Like he'll be bloodlusted, he'll get a lot of last hits. Eventually though, you will get kicked out by this Ansh, I believe. I mean, it's not the dream pick, but it's playable.
And I guess against this Faceless Void, you may not have to be too concerned about your healing ward getting killed.
Yeah. No, it's a decent healing ward. I mean, Ansh can be annoying. She buys a lot of like...
ranged items.
Yeah.
Yeah, Liquid can definitely stop.
Okay, there we go. You call it, right?
Yeah, I call it.
You call it. You call it.
Thank you. It's really great with Grimstroke. The other team cannot hit the Phantom's... what is it? Phantom's Embrace?
Yeah, if you decrepify the unit, then you just literally can't hit it off. And another reason why Grimstroke was likely picked is because it's a silence that can't get purged off by Kraken Shell.
Yeah.
You put that on the Tidehunter.
No, this is the nightmare Tidehunter game. Like, if he just gets to Arcane Boots Blink or like Face Boots Blink,
you'll be impressed.
No, but that's all he has to do. Like, don't expect anything more from this Tidehunter.
I mean, yeah, he might not feed as much as last game, but his impact is probably gonna be minimal.
All right then, gentlemen, I appreciate the thoughts, but I want to hear one last thought, and it's going to come from Purge with the last word.
Winning Grand Finals is a really tough task at TI, and it's also because you have to change your strategy partway through the Grand Finals as the heroes you get comfortable with get banned out. Liquid has been really doing a great job with TA. It's a hero that they haven't picked a huge amount in the past, at least recently, but during the last stages of this tournament, it's been really effective. But in last game, OG showed that they had a great counter with Ember Spirit, having Tiny on support, and other things like that made things really effective. And now OG gets to go back to their regular comfort heroes. They've got Enchantress, they've got the Tiny Void combo. Having Grimstroke as the support for Pugna or for No-Tail hasn't really been contested, but still accomplishes what they need. And on the other side, Liquid grabbing Jug. That should give them a strong laning stage and the ability to kill Enchantress because they can do lots of magic damage. On top of that, they still get Rubik, they still get Tide, and they have the TA, so they can fall back on it. But we'll see if they can still win with the TA either way, despite the enemy picks. With that said, let's throw it over to the casters for game number 3.
Thanks, Purge. Game 3 ready to go between OG and Liquid. Series stands 1-1 at the moment. We're seeing some similarities in the drafts as well as, of course, some little changes and alterations. But still the biggest thing that I want to talk about, Fog, is Liquid. They're believing in some of the heroes that really did struggle last game. They're sticking with like these Tidehunters, these TAs. Do you like that, or does that sort of maybe scare you a bit in the sense that Liquid running out of options?
I would be a little scared, right? Like, you have to look at this, and they've literally picked Templar Assassin in all the games. And OG, they have to know this is coming. They have heroes that they've been preparing for it, preparing versus one. We saw it, how hard they were able to play last game and how fast that pace they were trying to set. That's the one thing that I saw Liquid, they do back away from this game, though, right? They didn't go for all greed. They have a Juggernaut who can fight early. They have the Ogre Magi, who's a stronger 5 position. And then they have this Rubik that can also make plays around the map. GH, he tried his heart out in the last game as an Enigma, but it is an Enigma. So you're going to be slower paced because you have to play around your cooldowns. So at least they've addressed that a little bit here on the side of Liquid, but still do have to be a concern for sure, Seb.
Go for a bit of a poke on him, but OG, they have the numbers. They're just going to turn around, look to body block up Miracle. Miracle holding onto the Blade Fury for now. Now Pip, just before the toss comes into play. And we'll get him back underneath the tower. But overall, definitely some things for Liquid to be scared about in the draft. You saw as well, they had to kind of pick their poison right. They have the TA. It was, well, are we gonna lane against a Monkey King from Dobson or a Pugner? They opt for the Monkey King ban, but does mean that the Topson Pugner will be there to cause some havoc with the TA in the mid lane. That Decrepify in the laning stage each wave is not going to be fun for Weehard to deal with.
No, it allows you to secure pretty much almost not all the range creep denies, but you get a lot of his range creep. Ana will be able to get himself that ruin.
I'm going to try and abuse the fact that he hasn't got that time warp for quite a long time. In 15 seconds,
he'll be fine.
He's able to get back.
Yeah, takes a lot of damage, but no tail. Same build as last game. He has the clarities as well as, or the tangles as well as the salve. He will salve that one up, and there's 2 bounties left.
There is, yeah, Liquid will be able to claim theirs up top, but you will imagine that that bottom one will eventually be picked up by OG, so overall getting the 3 of the 4 to start this game off with.
See how these mid creeps. Topson will be able to get the 1-for-1, so he gets that range creep deny as well as securing his range creep. And as well going to get maybe another 2 denies as well. Oh my god, 3 denies on the first wave there, and he sprays the loser, of course.
Definitely going to be a lane where we are going to have to keep our eyes on, as we could seriously see Topson break ahead significantly of the CS of Weehard's tier.
And a very interesting starting item. I don't think I've ever seen that. It's a crown.
I like it.
In the mid lane, right?
Was it sort of built towards eventually getting what, a Rod of Atos, do you think?
Veil?
Veil? No, Veil, right.
I think Veil is really nice because it gives you that armor that you're lacking as a Pugna when you're playing versus TA.
Yep, very nice. What were your teammates? Yep. The Tiny, the Grimstrokes, a lot of magical to offer when you start making those moves that we know that OG's going to want to do after seeing how they played in game 2.
Yeah, I mean, it works well with everybody except for the Enchantress, right? Even Void, your time lock is magical. Sure, that's a very slight, but every little type of application.
He's going to have levels in it, so it's going to hurt.
Topson just waiting to try to get all these range. 5 and 6 to the 2-1 of Weehar right now.
Just, I mean, as with bottom lane.
Kuroko's tanking the. Yeah, he's
should be fine.
Pressure.
Just doing his job here, trying to make sure that the pressure isn't applied to Miracle.
Yep. I'm mostly going to be looking at mid, just because I'll be keeping tabs of those range creep denies for us. As the side lanes, we'll be able to get a decent amount of farm on both of those carries on Liquid and OG. But this, the more important thing is that my control is not getting super shut down in this one up top. Unlike the last game where it was just chain deaths for him. From the start of the lane, from pretty much level 1, he died back to back to back.
Obviously, Weehar be able to get the 2-minute rune. Not really one that's going to help him in the lane, though. Just an invis, not the DD or the illusion that could have maybe helped him get a bit of a catch-up in this matchup. It's Topson just continuing to keep the edge, as this hero matchup is very, very painful to play in the lane for the TA.
Yeah, Weehar just has to be careful how he even controls his side blades. He just keeps getting all these denies built up onto him there. He'll secure himself one of those range creeps now, but yeah, 8 denies on the Pugna. But bottom we see Seb. He's not able to get the most down here, but he's still putting pressure on. He's got 7 last hits, but look how low he's got Miracle. Actually forcing the salve, and Kuroki has no regen left either. So no regen on either of them. We see also he's gone for the point in the enchant this game in the laning phase because you're playing versus Bloodlust. You can be able to dispel that one quite easily, and if he gets an option of a decent creep, of course.
I mean, in this lane, is there a chance that Seb can get caught out by a Blade Fury play, or most of the time will Seb just have the heals to stay alive?
He should have more than enough health and more than enough healing. Like the Blade Fury, it's a decent amount of damage if you have enough stuns, but it's just 1 stun from the Fire Blast, which means he's going to be able to get his heal and a Fairy Fire off. So once that heal kicks in, the spin's not enough damage.
Seeing top lane, and able to match the free farm of Miracle down bottom. Both carries getting a good start in their safe lanes.
A couple more denies on Ana. He's already actually used an early courier too. I think Topson made the call. He's like, I don't really need the courier too early on, and you guys could bring you some regen top, and they did. They brought Tangos and Clarities, and we will see. Helm of Iron will picked up. He's going straight for that Veil on the Pugna. I mean, it's going to be crazy early how he gets it, because he started with this crown. Very cool approach here coming out from Topson. And look how tanky he is too. 9 armor. When he's next to his tower, he's sitting at 12. So that harassment from Weehar will not be as significant.
Seeing Weehar trying his sort of the best approach he can against the Pugna. Every time the Decrepify is being used to try and close the gap, gets on top of Topson, forcing Topson to sort of stray a little bit back from the creeps. Pressure's on top. Looking for GH, looking for those bashes. Stroke won't hit, so GH will be fine to walk off. Mind control, turning and beating down onto Notel. In return, it's Notel will have to keep his distance. Will be able to do so. Mind control, of course, getting good farm up top.
Breaks this out with the gush there.
Mid lane though, Weeheart has been caught out by a bit of a move from Jerax. He's trying to switch the Mango in to go for a Mango refraction play, but that 6 seconds far too long. Jerax setting up for Topson in mid and making sure that that mid lane continues to be a nasty place for the Weeheart TA to be.
Bounty Rune's going to be spawning as well. Jerax going to try to at least claim one for his team here. We'll be able to get one, Miracle will be able to get the other one as top.
And Mind Control's able to get behind the tower and get Notel. Push them away, GH.
Oh, he kills it.
He knows that Anna's got the time warp. Doesn't want to let Anna have the chance of going for it. Does mean that Anna has the time warp to try and turn and chase towards GH. Another gush from Mind Control will be there though. Slows Anna down and GH will be able to walk out alive.
This is where Jerax now. This is a really important play here. If he can get this set up and kill Weehaw in the mid lane, Weehaw's actually already getting turned with the Veil. Is it enough? Ooh, he's very close. Jerax is already running over.
Weehaw.
He just used the TP to come back mid.
He's going for the walk back.
Jerax knows. There's no shrine available top either. It was used already by the side of Liquid.
He's just going to try and get a little bit out of the jungle whilst he has the mana to play around with Refraction and Meld.
There's a glyph available though. Topson and Jerax are set up. There's a glyph and it's the 5-minute siege wave. So Topson, he's going to look to just take this mid tower here. GH showing up to try to pull the creep aggro. We'll only get the one creep aggro though for now. This tower, they will be forced to pop glyph to
They can
defend
turn
it.
towards GH. Jerax is down the high ground. Veil's going to be out onto GH. Avalanche from Jerax as we try and close the gap to Crepify into the life drain. He just gets slowly drained down and out. He'll turn with a stick charge and a Fade Bolt. But GH's fate is sealed. It's Topson.
Jerax is still in the area. He has a toss back.
Topson.
He has a dust too, so he's waiting.
Yeah.
Thought maybe he melded there.
Keeping Weeheart away from the lane, away from any chance of finding farm.
I love this, going for this Veil build on Topson. It's super clever being able to get it so early on. It's just applying so much extra pressure that you normally would not be able to do as a Pugna.
You see, but still Jerax just
Toy with it.
stopping Weeheart from getting close. It's going to take a bit of damage. We'll toss Weeheart back into the Ancients. Avalanche as well, and with the Black Dragons beating down on Weeheart, Jerax is able to trade a good bit of damage.
Might go down here though. GH is walking over, but in the meantime, Anna and Notel up top are able to get the kill on Mike and
Jerax is going to go for the TP in that spot. They do not see him. Telekinesis was still unavailable, so they wouldn't have been able to catch him anyway. OG, this mid lane tier 1 tower, they're pushing it down. Topson's able to play such a fast pace. This Pugna versus TM that he loves bottom.
Oh my goodness. The neutral creeps actually turned onto him while he was getting impetus. He almost died farming that hard camp.
Well, Topson, he's dragged under the tower, wants to lose the spray out, TP's out of there. Continuing to toy with Liquid, drawing the attention of 4 members of Liquid towards that mid lane. They don't get him. He's out to safety.
And now Miracle, who he's been having a pretty decent time in that bottom lane, 40 and 6. Enchantress has hit 6. We know what happens when Enchantress hits 6. You get forced out of lane. It's exactly what's happened now to Miracle. Let's push to the jungle for the time being. He's gonna farm maybe under the tower here. Miracle camping here. He's pinging it out. He wants someone to rotate because he has the Omni.
He's feeling that there could be a chance to find some action mid lane. Decrepify setups there. Jerax is prepared with the dust. Weeheart cannot hide in the shadows. They see him every time and the tower goes down. 8 minutes in. Top lane mind control. Getting bashed up by Anna and Notel.
Oh
Should have another time walk available in a second. Seb running himself away from Kura again into the trees. Gets the heal up with the Omni Slash from Miracle. Will secure the kill down bottom. At the same time up top they find eventually mind control's ties as they continue the chase. An offlaner for an offlaner.
And they're spamming the taunts because Miracle, he really wanted to hold on to Omni Slash there. He tried to just get the kill with the spin, but it was not enough damage. They're forced to actually throw the Omni Slash to bring down Seb.
And Topson is just able to pull so much attention towards this mid lane now.
Yeah.
He's feeling strong and confident with the brown boots, Windlace and Veil. He can run around and just be such a nuisance.
And the draft panel mentioned how hard of a Tide Hunter game it was going to be. Mind Control a decent start, but now he is completely shut down as mid.
And get the ink spot stun onto Weeheart. GH is there to help out. Another blast. Mind Control heading over. He's only level 4 on the Tide at this point.
I think they thought he was higher level than that. Noto throws the silence on him, but it's only level 4 Tide.
And they're going to live train him down. Slows there with a stroke of fate. We'll be able to crack his shell off, but Jerax